Hi, this is Plate Glass Armor, and welcome to episode 28, the final normal episode in the Mars Exploration Team Tournament between T3hJimmer's Matt Damon and Tyrannus, IPR, and Nanwhales. Let's begin. You can see the many shots from the IPR smashing into the shield of the Matt Damon here, and the Nanwhales look like they're just fast enough to keep up with the Matt Damon, which is one of the usual difficulties with managing to damage the Matt Damon. And where is the... There it is. The paint remover looks like it's been grounded. So, because its main gun is not turreted, it likely will not be contributing very much to the rest of this fight. However, being on the ground means that many of the attacks from the Matt Damon are skipping over the ground and not accomplishing very much. So it looks like it's down to a fight between the Nanwhales, three of which are still surviving, and Matt Damon here, which is damaged but slowly repairing. Looks like they're going slightly over the edge, and I think that may cause problems for the Nanwhales, as I don't think they can get back out of the water. So it looks like this one is probably going to go to Matt Damon, since I don't think there are any Nanwhales still surviving that can successfully chase it. Let's follow this missile here and see what its primary target currently is. Looks like it can't quite decide. Minute and a half remaining, and currently the Matt Damon has a strong lead, with the Team Tyrannus struggling to do any more damage in this round. Nope, looks like the paint remover was finally destroyed, which means that that team is now very low on hit points. .30 seconds remaining. almost enough time for the Matt Damon to get fully repaired by its repair bots. And that's time. So the Matt Damon wins round 1. Round 2, begin. Let's follow this missile in, as it is probably going to target the paint remover, and see if it does the same damage as the first round. It missed on the first pass. And it's probably not going to have enough fuel the second time around. Nope. So, the paint remover is accomplishing much more this time, strafing as it fires a continuous stream into the side of the Matt Damon. Those blast guns from the nan whales are doing good work. Knocking several blocks off, although most of it is just structural damage. That heavy armor on the side is taking quite the beating. Ah, but it looks like the paint remover managed to get around to the side that is relatively less defended of the Matt Damon. And it's going down with a smash into the ground and a turret totally removed. The paint remover just needs to fire at the undefended target, and it looks like most of the Matt Damon has been cored, possibly by one of those blast guns making it through the heavy armor in the side here. Oh no, it never did make it through the heavy armor. The paint remover merely blasted through the rear side, since the Matt Damon was focusing on the nan whales. It exposed its vulnerable side to the paint remover. And there are no nan whales remaining, since once the Matt Damon is on the ground, they smash themselves into the ground trying to follow. But I don't think that's going to matter, as it's pretty much unopposed right now. Minute and a half remaining. There's very little chance of the Matt Damon pulling off a miraculous comeback. One and a 1.5% health remaining before the Matt Damon hits the despawn threshold. "30 seconds left on the clock, and it is 0.1% away, and there we go, it just crossed the threshold. So with a few seconds to spare, the paint remover did manage to totally destroy the Matt Damon. So it is still anybody's game, 1-1 right now. Final round of the final match, begin. Tyrannus team is definitely hoping for that initial volley to miss, but even though it didn't, it looks like the gun is still firing and the paint remover is still in the air. So that's about as much as they could hope for. As we've seen, the paint remover can do very little to this fully armored, heavy armor side. So the paint remover is hoping to get around to the back of Matt Damon, and the Nan whales are hoping to distract and confuse the Matt Damon. Looks like the large missile isn't quite maneuverable enough at close range. So once again, that thin atmosphere of Mars and lack of turning thrusters means that the missiles are just not very maneuverable here. Those blast guns are doing good work, smashing several pieces off the Matt Damon. It's still at higher hit points, but it just lost its primary damage dealing weapon for this round, because although it still has a missile launcher, that missile struggles to hit the evasive opponents that are at close range this round. And it looks like the paint remover is starting to get around to the backside. That missile has no idea where it's going, so I suspect that the Matt Damon has lost its... Oh, it is going after the downed Nan whale, it looks like. But I suspect that the Matt Damon is struggling with detection right now. Yep, and the paint remover is now on the weak rear side of the Matt Damon. So it's rapidly chewing through that armor. So long as it stays on the rear there, the Matt Damon is in trouble. Matt Damon is still alive and technically winning, but it's grounded. It can't do anything in return. There we go. It just got below the despawn threshold. So congratulations on a win from behind on Tyrannus's mixed team of the interplanetary paint remover and the Nan whales.